A poor Brahmin stands at the edge of the sunlit water, waiting. Karna has just finished his midday prayers, his skin still wet, the river running gold around his ankles. He knows this hour. Everyone knows this hour. After his worship of the sun, Karna refuses no man who comes to him asking. And this beggar has come for the one thing that keeps Karna alive. Karna was born wearing his own protection. Fused to his living skin were the kavacha, a golden armor, and the kandala, radiant earrings, gifts from his divine father, Surya, the sun god himself. They were not made of metal. They were part of him, grown into his flesh like a second body. And while he wore them, no weapon on earth could truly harm him. Arrows would turn. Blades would fail. In battle he was, for all purposes, invincible. That armor was the reason he could walk onto any field and count on walking off it. There was one man Karna was destined to fight, and one man who feared that fight. Arjuna, the greatest archer of the Pandavas, was the son of Indra, king of the gods. And Indra had looked ahead into the coming war and seen a terrible thing, that his son might not survive an armored Karna. So the king of the gods chose the humblest disguise he could find. He would not come with thunder. He would come as a frail Brahmin, hand outstretched, and ask Karna for the armor and the earrings as alms. He was gambling everything on one fact, that Karna, the man they called Danveer, the supreme giver, would rather bleed than break his word. That name was not a title Karna wore lightly. It was who he was. Cast out, insulted, denied his birthright, mocked for his origins, through all of it, one thing had stayed pure. When Karna gave, he gave completely. After his prayers to the sun, no request was ever too large. It was the single place where no one could shame him, the one throne no one could take. And so his generosity had become the very spine of his identity. He was warned. In the popular telling, Surya came to him in a dream, grieved and urgent, and told his son the truth. The beggar would be Indra. The prayer would be a trap. He would ask for the armor and the earrings, and if Karna gave them, he would stand stripped and mortal on the day he needed them most. Give him anything else, Surya pleaded. Gold, land, cattle, empires, but not your skin. Karna listened, and Karna already suspected as much. He thanked his father, and then, quietly, he said he would give them anyway. To refuse a Brahmin in that sacred hour, to protect his own life by betraying the one thing that made his life mean anything, that, to Karna, was a kind of death worse than dying. So when the disguised Indra finally spoke his request, Karna did not flinch. He did not argue or delay or ask the old man to reconsider. He smiled. Then he took a blade to his own body. He cut the golden armor away from his living flesh, and he cut the earrings from his ears, and he did it fully awake, feeling all of it. He handed them over dripping and red, still warm, and his face stayed calm. There was no cry, no bargaining, no flicker of regret. He gave away his invincibility, the way another man might hand over a coin. Indra was shaken. The king of the gods had come to win by cunning, and instead he stood ashamed, holding the bleeding proof of a mortal man's honor. He could not simply take so much and leave. So he offered something in return, the Vasavi Shakti, an infallible celestial spear that would strike down whatever it was hurled at, without fail. But it carried one hard limit. It could be used a single time, and then it would return to the gods. One throw. One kill. Karna accepted it, and the exchange was done. He had traded certain survival for a single perfect strike, saved for the enemy he was born to face. The cruelty of it comes later. That one-time spear, meant in Karna's heart for Arjuna alone, was never used on Arjuna at all. In the desperate dark of the war, he was forced to hurl it at Gatotkacha, Bhima's towering son, to stop a slaughter he could not otherwise end. The spear did its work and vanished back to the heavens. So on the final day, when Karna at last stood before Arjuna, the whole reason he had bled, the whole reason he had kept that weapon in reserve, he came with neither. No armor. No spear. He faced his destined rival as an ordinary mortal man. Karna knew the price before he paid it. He was told, plainly, that the gift would one day leave him defenseless, and he gave it anyway, choosing who he was over whether he lived. We picture courage as the will to survive. Karna leaves behind a harder question. What is a life worth keeping if holding on to it means losing the one thing that made it yours? Source: the Mahabharata, Vana and Karna Parva, retold for Mr. Stories.